I mean, you don't know where that's going to finish if you catch it in stride.
That was a heck of a throw, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I remember one like that. Running to your left, throwing back across. Herbert's got that ability.
3rd and 9. Falling down, throwing incomplete. It's going toward McConkey, and it's short work for the Charger offense as, again, it was Wharton creating havoc.
Just unbelievable defense right here. You get pushed back, Wharton creating it, and you can see the ankle. But look at the coverage. I mean, just sticky. No one's open. Palmer got cut off by McDuffie. Like, they're taking away your leverage. You got a slant, I'm inside of you. You go out, I'm outside of you.
Blue can hold, blue can.
Here's Scott. Can he help change field position? Going to travel inside the 30, where it's caught by Hardman. Down at the 40. 3 plays and out for Los Angeles. 56-yard punt. Mahomes. Nobody does it better in the 4th quarter. Will that be the story today? We're tied at 10. Chiefs are trying to run their win streak to 10. And the game is tied at 10. Patrick steps up, flings it, got his man. Gray down to the 31-yard line.
Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes. He's going to run a play fake. And right here, when he comes out, he's going to have to use his instincts, get away from here, and then get back into the middle. Boom. Now get your eyes right back and fire that ball. That's really hard to defend and really hard for quarterbacks to do. Good job by Gray getting open in the middle.
This win streak I just mentioned, they have not been easy, except for one game. Here's Hunt for 9 more, but got a marker. They've got this 9-game win streak, and other than really winning a one-sided affair to open the playoffs against Miami last year, they've all been one-score games.
Defense number 91. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run.
And again, they've all
Automatic
been
first down.
down to the wire this year. What they've done. Wins of 7 points, 1 point, 5 points last week against Atlanta. Streak that began late December, went through the playoffs. It was a blowout win over Miami, but then the Buffalo game came down to a field goal at the end, a miss. Baltimore game, 7-point win. The overtime game in the Super Bowl. The one-score wins. A total of 54 points is the margin in the 9 wins. That's all.
Well, that's because of championship DNA.
Here's Hunt, who's given them a big boost today. The 54 points in a 9-game win streak is the smallest margin in the history of the league on any 9-game win streak ever. We've got an injured player. It's Deion Henley.
He's been playing well this year, too. That's so many injuries for this Chargers team already. They can not afford another one, and we hope he's going to be okay.
Tangled up with his teammate there. We've got an injury timeout with 7. Henley holding his arm, escorted to the sideline. And then comes Troy Dye, who has been in on several plays, some big ones in the first half. Harbaugh's team has not scored since the first quarter, and they were up 10-0.
Well, without Derwin James, he can't come down in there and play. Now you've got Henley. They are very small margin for error for defenders in the middle.
Hunt spinning all the way down to the 3-yard line.
There's an Andy Reid special. Get the eye candy going left, pull a guard, and then throw a little shovel pass right here. But hey, we're going to pass this. A little jet sweep. Nope. Gets the whole defense moving over there. And how about that? Dye, come on in and just go ahead and figure that play out right away, coming right at you.
Can't say enough about the performance of Kareem Hunt. People were wondering last year he played in Cleveland with a sports hernia, had surgery Was a free agent. Went to the practice squad after the Pacheco injury. Activated to the roster this week. People were wondering, does he still have it? He said, I do. I can't wait to shock the world. He's got 65 yards on the ground. Got 2 catches for another 16. He's got him set up at the 3-yard line.
You got to protect the middle here and then the flats. Those are the 3 areas they want to go.
Mahomes flushed, throws, incomplete. That was Max who was on the chase. We got a marker again.
It was a great job by Gilman to take away the flat route. Mahomes wanted it.
Holding. Defense number 32. Half the distance penalty. Automatic first down.
I take back the good job by Gilman because he had the hold.
That's now 9 penalties against the Chargers. It was Mack providing the pressure.
Wow. There's that get off. Now here's the penalty. I think it's actually inside. I think it's right here on 43. I don't think they got the right guy.
Perine might get the goal line carry. Let's see. First and goal. He does. Perine fighting for it. Gets it. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Wow, and that's a big penalty call on Dye. 43 on the previous play. Just comes in, and they attack him really 2-3 straight plays. Great second effort. They have him stuffed. Keeps turning the legs, and Smith.
Yeah, how about Trey Smith? Trey Smith.
Well, he's a monster. He's outstanding.
Look at that.
Smart. A little tush push at the end.
Totally. Carries his teammate into the end zone. Probably doesn't happen without him. Perine gets the touchdown. Chiefs have their first lead of the afternoon, and that Butker to make it 7. 17-10 Kansas City.
And it almost looked like they wore down the Chargers a little bit on that drive.
Did.
Great throw by Mahomes over the middle to Gray, but a lot of running up the middle behind their top 3 interior.
By the way, next Sunday, another great NFL on CBS doubleheaders coming your way. Early window, Josh Allen and the Bills take on the Texans. That's a wonderful matchup. And then the Packers take on the Rams right here at SoFi. We'll be here for that one. That's a CBS Sports Sunday for you right there. It all begins at noon Eastern. The NFL Today. That's next Sunday on CBS and streaming Paramount Plus. For Patrick Mahomes. He's got one of his biggest fans watching with great interest, with great pride. His grandfather, Randy Martin, who recently suffered a fall. He's in a hospital watching his grandson play today. They're very close. His mom is there with his grandfather. She's named after her dad.
Yep, Randy, and our thoughts and prayers go out to him.
So all the family, we wish you the best, and I know that Patrick would love nothing more than to deliver a special delivery.
He's watching right now. He said.
We wish him all the best, and our thoughts. So from the 30-yard line, can they somehow rekindle the offense, the one we saw on their first drive of the game?
They're going to need it right now because they have not gotten anything going, and you got to win some of these one-on-one matchups outside because you're not winning the one-on-one matchups inside.
Well, winning one-on-one is Chris Jones as he stops Dobbins after 1.
They keep their back square. That's the key. Don't turn skinny sideways. Keep it square right there so you can have a two-way go. The inside gap or the outside. Chris Jones doing that as well as anyone right now in the National Football League.
2nd and 9. There's a screen to Dobbins. Nice cut. Got a first down. And Dobbins into a pile at the 46.
That's a huge play for the Chargers. Emotionally, everything. And he's across the ball. So you're probably going to be guarded by a linebacker here. So then you have and you got to skirt through all the lane, and you're lucky because it was a zone defense, and then he does the rest. Dobbins, who's had some great cuts and great finishes this year when he gets the ball in his hands.
The pride of LaGrange, Texas, who just exploded at the start of the year. First 2 games were breathtaking performances. A career that's been curtailed by a lot of injuries of his own. Just wanting his chance. This time it's McDuffie who ends that carry for no gain.
Yeah, this was not a great call because it's a zone read. Quarterback can keep it, but McDuffie doesn't fall for it because he knows Herbert's not going to keep it on a running play, so he shoots right down the line and finishes it off. He's the unblocked player in a zone read, Jim, so you can keep it as a quarterback or give it and base it off that guy, but when the quarterback's hurt, it's not an ideal call.
Hassan Haskins in at running back. 2nd and 11. Tranquill giving chase. Got the pass away, and Hurst could not reel it in. I mentioned to you earlier, Tranquill's favorite thing on defense is blitzing, and he was chasing after Herbert. Forced that incompletion. Their former teammates and very good pals.
This was going to be a home run play. It's a tight end screen, but because Tranquill comes flying in, he doesn't give it the time. But look at this. You have a blocker out in front, and there's no one there for 30, 40 yards after that. That speed right there showed off the ex-safety in college.
3rd and 11. Herbert's been hit 9 times in this game. Feels like even more. A 10th one coming up. As he gets sacked back at the 41. Chris Jones.
This is Steve Spagnuolo at his best, and you combine that with Chris Jones, it's over. See, they show it from here, and then you're going to come with 2 over here. The running back's job is to pick up the safety, but he doesn't look like he's coming. And you see right there, he's late. And once you have to step up, Chris Jones falls right back under. Haskins was never able to diagnose the defense.
And 2nd sack of the game for Chris Jones as they have to punt it away. Big time, hang time. Bounces at the 11 and fielded again by Fahoku at about the 2. Now here's a big point with 3:15 to go. Remember, the Chargers have only 1 timeout.
That hurts. I'm going to give them 2 timeouts because the 2-minute warning. But the challenge earlier, they wish they could have that one back because we know that was a catch. And then the other timeout with the substitution late. This is the Chiefs' whole year right now. Doesn't look perfect, doesn't look ugly, but the championship DNA is what has allowed them to continue to win these games. They stand up when they have to on critical downs, critical plays, and figure out how to get the W.
They're going to have Hunt in this precarious situation of inside the 5 and trying to hold on to the football and run down the clock. Gets about 4. Yeah, no, it's the whole refuse to lose mentality.
Yeah.
This starts with number 15.
So much of that is a mentality. It's intestinal fortitude, just the commitment to win. I mean, think about how many extra games they've played over the years and how short their offseason everything is, and to get yourself mentally back prepared to go do it again. Go do it again. Just keep improving daily over and over, and then figure out a way to win. And we'll try and figure out how to improve as the season goes on, because they still have a long way to go to improve.
Los Angeles has just used its last timeout.
It's just scary that they haven't played near their best football and they're still winning.
But it gets more and more difficult when you lose players like Pacheco and then today Rashee Rice. In words of Andy at halftime, it doesn't look good. 2nd and 6.
That's a huge loss. He was developing into a #1 for sure. A franchise type receiver you would draft.
On again. They got him this time at the line of scrimmage. Almost got him in the backfield. They'll have to snap this at about the 2:23 mark. You make a start here, though. Just think about the field position you can get.
This is the game. First down, game's over, Chiefs win. You get a stop, you got 2 minutes,
What do you think they
Justin
call here?
Herbert.
They go run or they go up top?
100% you're throwing this football. Patrick Mahomes is going to have it. You're not running it. Ball's in his hand. You got to keep rush lane integrity. Do not run behind the quarterback. If he steps up and goes sideways, you're in trouble. Make him go sideways or sideways backwards.
Looks left, goes middle. Goes to Worthy. The rookie has the first down. And the Chargers, outside of the 2-minute warning, can only watch the clock run down.
They came after him with everyone that's man-to-man. One of the rare times today that they guarded everyone man-to-man, and you're not going to run with Worthy across the field. No one can. Fastest player at the combine ever.
2 minutes at SoFi. Justin Herbert can only watch. Boy, did they have an opportunity at the start of this game. 2 quick takeaways, a 10-0 lead. Never scored again. Tonight on CBS Begins with 60 Minutes, and Caitlin Clark and the superstars of the WNBA, followed by the premiere sneak peek of the Summit, plus a new Big Brother. That's tonight on CBS Sunday.
It's been great to watch women's basketball take off this last year, and just seeing how special and how many talented players there are out there. So that'll be a must-watch for me and my family.
So all have a bye week coming up. The Chargers, they tried to do it today with a completely retooled, reworked offensive line. And these teams will meet again December the 8th in Kansas City. But remember, we warned you that when Patrick Mahomes is down precisely 10 points, we did happen to mention this to Coach Harbaugh. If it's right at 10, not 9, not 11, 10. He's 12-0 now after today. 12-0 in those games. Wow. How do you explain that?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you should go for 2 when you score the first touchdown.
Just make sure that doesn't happen.
Just to make sure. Even if you got 6, you're in a better position.
Sounds like it. On their way, 30 seconds to just run off to a 10th consecutive win. 9 of them in one-score games.
And Kelsey is back.
Yes, all the hot takes. You got to find someone else to troll this week.
Yeah, he's not going away anytime soon, you guys. I'm going to leave him one-on-one.
Good friends here. The wives are very close, Tammy and Sarah.
When Herbert battled, you could tell he couldn't move. But he's a competitor and want to go. They just didn't have the resources. The guys, too many guys hurt, Jim, for them to be at their best. But they tried.
The Chiefs remain undefeated. The final score, Kansas City 17. Los Angeles Chargers 10 tonight on CBS Begins with 60 Minutes. For Tony, Tracy, and Gene, this is Jim Nantz saying so long from Los Angeles. We're going to join James Brown in New York right after this. Chiefs win it.
And we'd like to welcome those of you who are watching the game between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Kansas City, the team we were just talking about, comes away with a 17-10 win over the Chargers. Back here with a full house in Studio 43. And no matter what the game looks like, even the war of attrition, somehow Kansas City looks to get it done.
And Andy Reid, I mean, he doesn't panic. He's got great poise. I always thought the definition of poise is being comfortable in uncomfortable situations. And to lose Rashee Rice, already have Pacheco gone, to be down against this football team when the game was on the line. His general, Patrick Mahomes, makes plays, keeps drives alive, and is very comfortable calling pass plays on third down, even though maybe running the ball would have used up more of the clock.
Yeah, and I think another coach who's comfortable in those uncomfortable situations is Steve Spagnuolo, pressuring at the end to throw Justin Herbert out of rhythm. The guts to be able to do that in a ball game where you're up, but knowing if you get home, you're going to get out of here with the win. I think Steve Spagnuolo stays aggressive regardless of the circumstances.
And I believe one thing that separates the good coaches from the great ones is not just preparing your starters, but preparing the backups. You mentioned Pacheco being down. Who steps in and steps up? Kareem Hunt, someone who's familiar with the team but hasn't been on the roster. And then you have Rashee Rice. He goes down. Who steps up? Some of the younger players, the complementary players, Xavier Worthy. more of a threat in this offense. I mean, I just love the fact that the guys behind the guys become the men that step up when players go out.
And you and I mentioned that we don't talk about Andy Reid enough. So nice to hear these guys talk about it, and Steve Spagnuolo. Of course, we talk about the name Patrick Mahomes, and that is exactly who Tracy Wolfson caught up with after the game.
Patrick, this has kind of been the season so far. It hasn't been pretty, but you find a way to win. Can you pinpoint how you keep pulling these games out?
Yeah, I think guys just believe. Obviously, we're starting games not the way we want to offensively. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep pushing. We're going to try to keep getting better and better, but as long as we keep getting wins, you can't really complain.
What has been the struggle for you so far?
Yeah, I think defenses are just playing well. We're hitting some deep shots, but we're turning the ball over too much. I'm turning the ball over too much, and it's killing drives. So you got to clean it up. And I know it sounds like we say that every week, but we'll keep working at it, and hopefully as the season goes on, we get better at it.
We saw Rashee Rice go down with that injury. I know that was hard to watch. Other guys, though, stepping up, and specifically we saw vintage Travis Kelce. Did you know that was coming?
Yeah, I know he always has it, and he just, whenever we need it, man, he comes out and makes plays. And I was happy for him. Guys made plays today. We'll see what happens with Rashee. Hopefully we can get him back.